master.
You what?
Ladies and gentlemen, stand to your feet and make noise for Gresh Unleashed.
Let's go! Brock Lesnar on the beast.
What the hell?
Whole new swag with a price on the tag. Coming live from the west to the east. Better recognize on the mouthpiece. City power level got an increase.
I get no bitches.
Content on the daily. Feeling like Gresh Unleashed.
Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, baby mamas, baby daddies, and everybody in between. It is your purveyor of mischief, Gresh, once again bringing you the Gresh Unleashed podcast. And joining me, as always, is the queen of rebels herself, Suela the Bandit. And you know what? Today we got a stack, well, not really a stack show, but we got some stuff to talk about today because apparently Mercedes Varnado, or Sasha Banks for WWE fans, her post-WWE future has been revealed, as well as WWE considering they may or may not be considering going back to TV-14, the first time since summer, I believe June or July of 2008. Will that even change the product? We'll talk about it, as well as talk about this week in wrestling and so much more. But first, let's catch up with our co-host, or my co-host, the Queen of Rebels, Swallow the Banner. What's good with you, sis?
Hey y'all. So about that, number one, today has been a great day. I'm just gonna call that out. I'm happy to be alive. I'm happy to be breathing. So that's a good thing. I took my mama and my brother to this place called Yellow River Animal Sanctuary. I want to say 2 days ago, and it was actually kind of fun. It was interesting. We actually fed a bison for the first time, so that was pretty fun. I fed some sheep for the first time, and that's brand new too. I was like, oh, I didn't know I can give sheep food and they'll just eat it out of my hand. That's kind of cool. But yeah, I had a blast. Yesterday we went to go see 2 movies instead of 1. We went to go see Paws of Fury and The Black Phone. Both movies are good. So if anybody want to go see that, I recommend you go ahead and go see it.
Paws of Fury?
Paws of Fury. Mm-hmm.
What is that?
It's about this so it's pretty much about this dog that wants to be a samurai. And the cats, on the other hand, they don't really see that happening because he's a dog. They like, well, you're not a cat, so how you going? How do you want to be a samurai? I don't understand. You're a dog. Dogs don't do this. Dogs don't do that. Like it's good. Like you have to just stick with it. It's good. Got some comedy in there, so it's pretty neat. Samuel Jackson does voiceover for one of the characters, so yeah, it's actually good. Like I actually enjoyed it yesterday. And the Black Phone is definitely suspense. Like I honestly I actually like I like Ethan Hawke's movies, but this one right here, he did pretty good. He kind of psyched me out for a minute, and I was like, I have never seen him really play like horror films like that, and maybe there's a reason for it, but he kind of knocked this one out the park. Like it's good.
I might have to check that out if I'm ever with my nieces and nephews. But before we move on to today's podcast, we got to give a special shout out to our Patreon backers, patreon.com/GreshDigital. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do this podcast swellingly because it is not free. So, and you are parting from your hard-earned money. We appreciate you. I appreciate you most specifically for doing that as well. But if you haven't already, make sure you catch up with the previous interviews, because outside of our usual talk, which I have been doing a lot of interviews so far. I've interviewed the likes of BDE, Deontay DDJ, as well as Tyler El Guapo of DPW Deadlock Pro Wrestling. He is the sound engineer, so he's more so behind the scenes. He understands the chaotic nature of Deadlock Pro Wrestling, which actually they have a show. One of their big pay-per-views is premiering tonight around 6 o'clock over on dpwondemand.com. And I'll more likely talk about that at the end of today's show. But if you haven't checked out the interviews, that specific interview with Tyler is actually about to surpass the interview with BDE, which is currently sitting at number 1 with the interviews, and he is now at number 2. So if you haven't already, make sure you run up every interview that I've done thus far for the month of July. And next week is I'm going to be tapping into the independent wrestling side once again, where I will be interviewing none other than Ruthless Lala. She is someone that is highly respected in the indie scene. She's been feuding nonstop. She is a hilarious individual that when I was having a conversation with her, it felt more like a conversation than an interview, because I gave her a would you rather, which we will also be doing on today's show as well. Would you rather? And she was like, "Oh, that's it, only 2." So I gave her more than 2, and she was like, "Oh," and I was just going. So hey, make sure you guys check out that. It was a hilarious. The preview more than likely will drop this Monday or Tuesday to let you guys know when it actually premieres, which will premiere on Wednesday on youtube.com. Search Gresh Unleashed. There's no / yet, because they have this number of subscribers and all that good stuff. But make sure you check out the interview. It'll also be available on wherever you listen to your podcast. If you can't find out where Gresh Unleashed is, you can just go to greshunleashed.com for more interviews to come. I got one more that I'm gonna drop at the end of July, and then more than likely some more coming for August as well. Suela, did you watch anything in wrestling this week?
Sadly, no, I'm just playing. Why I say it like that? I mean, so I did not get a chance to catch up on NXT, but I did watch everything else.
What did you enjoy about Raw?
Honestly,
Be honest.
anything not dealing with Austin Theory. 'Cause I cannot deal with him. I cannot see. I can't even take him serious. Like,
I know the high spot. That's the thing with Raw. It starts off fire.
yes.
Then it ends.
They
then it
start
ends
declining.
fire. It's like it starts fire, then it ends fire, and then whatever's in the middle,
In between, yeah.
it's just whatever's in the middle. And it's like, bro, that should not be a thing, but it is. I'm like,
Oh my
come on,
God.
there's nothing else for y'all to do. Cause this is how we started off. Brock Lesnar destroying everybody. Like,
Yes.
lighting up Chad Gable, lighting
I
up
was kind of
Otis.
happy actually about that. I'm tired of them. Like, yes, Brock, get them. Like, get them.
Like we start off with that, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, yeah, this is it, because Brock is Brock. Like,
Yeah.
one thing you can't do is, many times we've seen Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns.
Yeah,
One
you
thing
just.
Paul Heyman and Brock can do is get you hyped for
Mhm,
a match that you've seen a million times.
mhm.
So I was like, okay, cool. And then then the only bright spot in the middle of the show was R-Truth.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's just R-Truth at this point. Like, this man, I feel like it's a running rip to just get this man to break anybody who has a character. So they're teasing, basically, for those of you who don't watch, they're teasing a special referee for the tag team title match at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
So other than that, I'm like, that's the bright spot. And then the ending came where your boy Theory, your boy, not even my boy,
I
got
can't believe you did me like that.
got knocked off by I believe it was a tag team match. It was Theory and, was it Seth Rollins
Mhm,
versus Riddle and Bobby Lashley, and
mhm.
apparently they're turning Ziggler heel. Oh, I mean babyface.
I
So-
enjoyed that though. I ain't gonna lie.
So that was
Especially when he came out and sat down. I was like, oh, Ziggler? Like, what?
my
I was like,
thing
oh,
with.
snap.
I think my thing with this is, it's like, it feels like they're. I want to get behind Dolph Ziggler, but then WWE has this tendency of letting me down, so I'm not about to set myself up for failure.
That makes sense.
No one can blame me for that.
That makes sense. That makes sense. No, you're absolutely right, because they have shown time and time again. So that makes a lot of sense. But that
I'm
kick
like,
was nice though.
yeah,
That was a nice. That kick was
let's run that back.
executed perfectly.
Got him right on the chin. Got him right on
Just
the
the
chin.
precision alone, like it was. Yes.
And then obviously next week they're teasing Logan Paul coming to Raw. So I'm trying to tell you, like, I don't mind Logan Paul, but come on, we know this man is a heel in real life. People genuinely dislike this man. Why are y'all trying to get me to cheer him? I'm gonna join in on the fun. If people boo him next to me, I'm gonna boo him too.
Right. Like that's the whole goal.
You're miscasting him. I'm like, but he signed with WWE, so he's gonna be around for the big pay-per-views going forward. So there's that. What did you say? You miss NXT?
Yeah, I missed NXT.
So I'll tell you basically, run of the mill. They did basically a who done it type bit where Roxanne Perez was challenging for Mandy Rose's NXT Women's Championship, and they basically started off the show with her being assaulted in the NXT parking lot. Which, by the way, the NXT parking lot is more lethal than Fulton Industrial after midnight. That's all I'm saying.
Okay,
And if you understood that reference,
yeah, that's what I said. It makes sense.
then you understood that reference.
It makes a lot of sense.
So, but when I'm like, because it seems like everybody's getting assaulted in that parking lot. There's death, taxes, and getting your ass whooped in the NXT parking lot.
Man.
But they basically built a who done it type bit for Roxanne Perez. It was like, oh, did this person assault? Did this person? And the way they did it was nice. Like I appreciate it. And then of course at the end they basically revealed that it was, or at least they didn't directly say, but they had Cora Jade turn on her tag team partner.
Okay.
And I think and of course Mandy Rose retained the title. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I think my gripe with this heel turn is that it was too fast. Because they just won the NXT Women's Tag Team titles 7 days prior.
Oh wow.
So if you're watching this, and this is what I'm looking like. If you're watching this and you see that, hey, they're gonna be, wouldn't you, like, as a writer or a creative writer, wouldn't you want to expand it to like maybe 3 weeks or to the next big pay-per-view or a premium live event, whatever they call it? But they just said, okay, we're gonna just boom, we're just gonna shoot the horn right here. And it's like, I'm cool with it because I mean, if you listen to the fans who watch them on the indies, they would tell me, they said Elena Black, I believe that was her name, Cora Jade's name before going to NXT. She was the heel version of Roxy, which was Roxanne Perez's indie name as well. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm interested. I'm not complaining about the decision to turn her heel. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, Cora Jade as a babyface was boring. Her dialogue was just cheesy to me. You can tell that she didn't actually believe what she was saying. But if they wanted to turn her, I'm like, okay, cool. You could have them defend the titles like 2 or 3 times, give Toxic Attraction their rematch, have them beat them again, and start slowly building that process of like, oh shoot, let's build
Let's
this
see
up.
how this goes.
Let's see how this goes. Like, start teasing that Cora Jade is jealous of Roxy or Roxanne, and then have Rox cash in her championship opportunity at the premium live event, and then have her turn there, and then that way you can be like, oh snap, this was a little tease. This did happen, but then again, this is what we got, and I'm not about to beat a dead horse, but it's like, this is the NXT 2.0 we got to deal with, because Black and Gold NXT would have been like, okay, let's build this out, let's build a whole story behind it. But NXT 2.0 is all about boom, 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 boom. They're not really about dragging stuff out, because I feel like NXT 2.0 is, their demographic is modern, like YouTube. NXT 2.0 to me is like watching YouTube. They want to get to point A and point B within the span of a few hours, as opposed to like to be continued. Stay tuned, watch this. But they're like, okay, let's get here to here to here to here. Boom. That's it. Okay. But what is your thoughts on what I just said?
Honestly, I really just can agree on the fact that, like, as far as, like you said, the writing aspect of it, if you're going to have something that's going to, if you want somebody to be, let's say in general, you want somebody to be crowned to be a new champion, at least build up to that point. Don't just do it and then it look like it's thrown together. Because then at that point, it's going to feel like you throwing everybody off.
Yeah.
Like, okay, wait, like we was just here. How we get here
Another
that
example.
quickly?
Another example, the Judgment Day. We didn't talk about them on Raw, but the Judgment Day is a good example of that. Like they turned on Edge, and now it feels like what are we doing here? Like when I watch, because when
I feel like they ain't got no leader.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like when that's another prime example. It's like they're doing this just to give you a shock factor. Like WWE is, their demographic is literally the casual. They don't want you to think too much about it. Like, oh, okay, cool. That was unexpected. That was shocking. But then at the same time, it's like, if this is what's going to happen, because I'm expecting, and I'm pretty sure the Rhea Ripley injury threw them off as well, because I'm pretty sure they didn't expect Rhea Ripley to get injured, because it's probably going to be centered around her. Because let's be real, she's pretty much the only one I feel like can really that's really interesting out of the two. Like, I want to be interested in Finn, but WWE has a track record of not doing anything with him. So it's like, if this is coming from a fan that's been a viewer that's been there long term, and so if you have a track record,
that record shows.
If you have a track record, then I'm not about to get my hopes up. So the one thing that they haven't fumbled the bag on yet is Rhea Ripley.
Right.
And of course she went down with the injury. So now they're literally it's just Finn and Damian Priest. And hopefully they knock it out of the park. It looked like they're trying to recruit Dom Mysterio. Hopefully they do that, because babyface Dom is kind of vanilla to me. So hopefully if they recruit him, he just gets into it and knock it out of the park, because that would be an interesting turn of event as well. But yeah, that's from that and the heel turn with Cora J. It feels like they just rushing it and not really giving you a reason to, like, oh, okay, what are you going to do long term? Like, I'm interested to see what they're going to do, because to me, NXT 2.0, I can stomach NXT 2.0 out of Raw and SmackDown more.
Yeah,
because it's pretty much, I don't know what it is about it. Like, it's just, I don't take, I think mainly because I don't take none of this shit serious anymore like I used to. Like, I literally just go in either stoned out of my mind or just completely sober, and just with background and the attention of it being background noise, that I don't really like. And then I'll be looking at people who literally take this, they literally take it to the point where it's like, bro, you're just a fan. Calm the fuck down.
No, you're absolutely right, because it has happened. And I've came across it, and I'd be looking like, you do know that they get paid to do this, right? This is their job. Just relax.
Calm down. Calm down. Did you catch AEW? Well, that was before we move on, but that's basically my thoughts on that. Like, I'm interested in see what they're gonna do with the Cora J heel turn, but I just feel like at the end of the day, they should have just dragged it on at least 3 weeks. At least, like, you could have had them at least defend the title. But it's funny now, because all on social media you see is people. And then, did you see the heel turn with Cora J? I'm going to show you this. She continued after the match. She continued her assault, but this is what happened. This is what I posted on Twitter. The skateboard broke before impact. They gimmicked the skateboard, and it broke in her hands. Why didn't they just let her hit her with the skateboard? Wow. So now it's funny because Cora J's board broke in her hand.
I was still trying to wrap my head around that. I was like, "What? Wait."
Yeah, she was supposed to hit her. She was supposed to hit her with the board, and it's supposed to break on her back, like it's supposed to shatter and make the dramatic effect. It broke in her hand, so it made it. So she stood there for like a millisecond, just awkward, like, oh shit.
Like, wait, this is what's happening.
And then now it looks like they're teasing to Corey, Cameron Grimes and Jordan Devlin. That's a gimmick as well. Now, Jordan Devlin with that big ass head, like, god damn, that premature head. Damn. I feel so sorry for Cameron Grimes' neck and shoulder. That dude headbutt his shoulder, right, bro. I know. Oh, I know he's seeing triple. I know he saw triple. Like, bro, how did you? I don't even know how that man recovered. Good lord, big ass head.
Oh
Like,
man.
God, yeah, big as hell, man. Come on, dog. Damn, his head so big. You slap him, you'll feel the effect.
Man. Oh.
Like, God damn, man. Why your head so big, dog? Like,
It's so funny how like we see all these people that like even the ones we grew up watching when we were kids, and then like in the beginning you don't think about it, but then like as soon as like you start maturing and you get older over time, you literally look at them and be like, dang, like why you look like that? It just come random too. Like that's like you don't never be expecting. You just like, man, like
especially no, that bring me back to when them fools that used to bully us in high school for our looks, and then they be old as Moses.
or look worse than us when we get older.
Like, bro, what you talking about? Like, come on now. Like, I
I
be seeing
think,
like it's so many dudes that be looking like great grandpas, and they in their 20s, and them
man,
the same Negroes that be just
mm.
bullying me in middle school, and I'm like, look at
See,
me and look at
that's
you.
crazy. Like I never got bullied. Well, I take that back. I won't say I never got bullied physically, but
Oh no,
verbally,
no, no, no,
yes.
no. Nah,
I never got bullied physically.
the dude tried to bully me, and I chopped him in the throat, and he left me alone ever since.
Like, but verbally, yeah, it happened. Oh, you too little. Oh, you too this. La 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 la. I'm like, okay. And then all of a sudden I get older, and all of a sudden be like, oh, like you turned out real nice, but you look like that.
Like,
Yeah, like yeah. Like,
this is like, I respect Paul Heyman, but this is literally Paul Heyman looks just like those dudes who be bullying me in high school. Dead ass, like with the no hairline, but the hair
man,
behind the rocking the George Jefferson.
gosh,
So yeah,
you
bully
talking
me,
about me?
but you bullying me. Come on, dog.
Yo, you bullying yourself. Like you look like that.
Oh my god,
I
man.
love it now. I do. Like they'll look, oh my god, you look so young. I'm like, yeah, you look old.
Yeah,
You
you
look
look like
older.
you look so old. You look like you got married, divorced 5 times. Yeah.
I'm like, man, how many, like, what number is your great grandkid on? Like, what's up?
What up, Grandpa?
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I'm like, okay. But I used to tell people, even like we was growing up in high school and all that stuff. I'm like, okay, the same ones y'all messing with. All right, now they gonna be looking better than you. Watch.
Exactly.
Don't be shocked. They gonna look better than you, and they gonna have more money than you too. Like, you better stop playing.
With your broke ass. All right, let's move on to the AEW Dynamite. Did you catch that?
Yeah, I caught Dynamite.
What was your bright spot? I actually I caught the half of it, like at 9:00, because I was at another function. But then by the time I got back, I saw the main event. But
I did like
then
the main event though.
yeah, the triple
I
threat.
really did. Yeah, I like the main event.
I saw the first half yesterday or the day before that, one of the days. My days have been fucked up since the pandemic started. So
No,
so
you ain't wrong.
so I saw the Chris Jericho promo. I'm guessing they're building to the Eddie Kingston match. Was it barbed wire everywhere match?
Mm-hmm.
What was your thoughts on this? Because I know he referenced Eddie like drinking himself. Like, I think some people were
Yeah,
offended with him with the. I
I
guess
think he said the drink. He said something about drinking
he said he's gonna lose again. He's gonna drink himself
himself to death or something like that.
to death or something. He said something. What did you write that off as like it's just another wrestling promo? Or did you feel some type of way? Because I saw some people.
I did for a little bit because I was like, look, now you gotta be careful.
Yeah, I some people felt some type of, I wrote it off as a, because I'm pretty sure Eddie, I know Eddie probably was like, yeah, whatever, do what you do. So I'm
Yeah, but but I'm just like, whoa, like,
yeah, some people
hold
can say
on.
like, WWE did this, it would have been like, you know how you got some people like
Mhm.
WWE stuff, because I believe they did something similar to Jeff Hardy during the pandemic when it was him and Sheamus, where they was I guess recreated his alcohol problems or some type of shit. I didn't really find this Chris Jericho thing like a completely distasteful, but he was drawing that little, he was crossing, he was about like he was
Yeah, he's about to cross that line.
his lines right here, he was about right here, like if he had to say, he could have said
He
one
was
more
getting
thing out of,
there.
he was getting there, but I didn't take it too like, because
I
as a
was just like,
grown,
okay, I hope he catch himself.
yeah, I think he kind of did. So he kind of he kind of breezed past it. But and then and I understand heels heal, but at the same time, it's like you gotta, in today's society, you gotta be careful.
Mhm.
Like calm down.
Everything is like kind of monitored now at this point.
Yeah, like I don't believe in cancel culture, but at the same time, it's like, yeah,
Like, you gotta be careful.
gotta be careful there. Gotta be careful. Be
And
careful.
I like the match with John Moxley too.
Oh, John Moxley
And
versus
oh
Takashita.
god, yeah.
Man, that dude has been on the run, because I saw him on Dynamite, then he was on DPW, and then now he's back on Dynamite. Hopefully, Tony Khan, like if he doesn't sign him, hopefully he requests for him to come back, because I don't know how long he's going to be still in America. I know he's on a excursion right now from Japan, so hopefully they use him up to the best of his abilities before he can go back and have some stories, because that dude is one of those talents that would not mind ever seeing
Yeah.
in the US long term, because he has this, and I like the story that he trained, like he studied the German suplex, so he's trying to make the German like a solid finisher move and not just a transition move like Suplex City. So it's like little stuff like that I can appreciate. But
Yeah.
then did you did you catch turtleneck Christian Cage?
Yeah, I called Turner Christian Cage.
Man, that dude do
And I
nothing.
laughed.
That dude does nothing but search his finest turtleneck and just talk shit about it. So I'm guessing he was talking shit this week about Brian Pillman Jr. and he was like his dad would be ashamed that he was the final contribution that he has to the business. And I'm like, well, he kind of not lying, because
This man just been getting on these people, kids and their parents, and just I'm like, what is this? What is this vendetta that you got going on?
He trying to fuck Jungle Boy's mama.
Like, man, what are you on?
He on.
That man getting on everybody's child and their parents. Like, jeez, sir.
Hey, call the cops.
Like, I was like, when is he gonna let this go?
No, they're obviously building to Christian Cage versus Jungle Boy, and then I'm guessing, or more than likely, it'll be Jungle Boy versus Luchasaurus, because they're former tag team partners now. And then Luchasaurus has been on his Kane run basically, but I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm gonna need them to get rid of the mask.
Yes, I'm waiting for that.
I'm kind of leaning toward, like, I was like, okay,
Can
maybe,
we please?
but it's like, okay, I'm over Austin the Dinosaur right now, so hopefully, I mean, it's a cool look visually, but I'm really supposed to take Christian Cage managing a dinosaur seriously.
Yeah, it's like I could deal with it for so long. Like,
But then again, I'm the guy in the same breath that at one point believed the Undertaker was actually dead, and that Kane was actually burnt alive, and somehow is still functioning. So I can't really.
Hey, it was compelling. Okay, it hit different
As a kid, yeah, but as a grown ass man, it's like, okay, I'm supposed to believe this shit. But then,
well, yeah, because like when you think about it, when you done something within entertainment, you kind of catch on. Like at that point, like, all right.
I'm like, all
That's what
right,
we gonna use. Okay,
okay, Mark, you're not dead. You're
cool.
okay, cool.
So you
But
want me
nah,
to come in with a smoke machine right now or later?
you want me to size up the lightning bolt to hit the stage at this time or this
Okay.
time? Okay, cool, and go.
Yeah, like it's fun at that point. Like, yes, I know what you gotta do.
That was saying once you hit behind the scenes, you already understand most of this shit, and it's like, okay, all right.
Yes, that's what you've been getting away with for so long.
Obviously, and I think also they did something, they did the typical women's match at the 9:30 slot. I think it was Serenity versus Anna Jay. It was a decent match. I'm not finna get on here and pretend like I care because AEW doesn't care. So I mean, it was a match for what it was. I think they're building to Mercedes Martinez versus Serena D for the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship at Death Before Dishonor, which is next Saturday, the 23rd, I believe. I may watch it if I'm not too tired because I got another event that I'm gonna be outside for. So if the sun is out and I'm exhausted, I ain't watching no wrestling. I'm going to sleep.
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah, that was it was, and then I'm thinking I think they're also building towards the Anna Jay versus Ty Conti match because they had a segment with that, and I'm like, I didn't understand a word Ty Conti was saying. Like I try so hard to be nice, but I'm like, I have no idea. Like, and I understand English is not her first language, but at the same time, it's like maybe
Yeah,
you shouldn't give her dialogue. Like, let somebody like speak in your
just
language and
help
have a
her. Like
translator, and just
that'll
have a
be
translator or
nice.
something. Like, come on. Like, I was like, so when I saw it, I
Just
was like,
help her.
anyway, and then I moved on. Then we moved on to the main event, which was the triple threat match for the triple or nothing for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. Did you expect this outcome?
No.
And the outcome I'm talking about, and new World Tag Team Champions, Swerve in Our Glory. The name is
I'm not
still kind
happy,
of the same.
but
The name is
I
still kind of questionable. The name is still kind of questionable now. Come on now, like Swerve in Our Glory. I mean, I get it.
ah,
I get it. But at the same,
ah. I didn't expect it for real, but I'm actually kind of I ain't mad.
I was kind of pulling for Team Taz, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Ricky Starks because
Okay,
I can't.
I give you that.
I
I
don't
give you that.
understand why they want me to boo them so much. They're so good,
They are.
but then
They
it's
really
like,
are.
I'm kind of okay. I'm okay with both outcomes. If it was Team Taz or Swerve in Our Glory, because
Okay.
I'm a fan of all four.
Okay. That makes sense.
So now hopefully they use this as a catalyst for Team Taz to be like, okay, we coming after these titles and we're pissed off for it. And then hopefully this builds to another match between them because I don't even think, yeah, that's what they've been building to. So hopefully Tony be like, okay, let's put this on the pay-per-view, whatever pay-per-view was it, All Out in September. Do All Out and then let them four just. I hope these four have fun. I mean, if they want to include the Young Bucks again because they're the Young Bucks, I mean, it is what it is. I'm not a hater, but it is what it is. Cool. But Swerve in Our Glory, you knew the first ever duo black tag team champions. You know, you had some people on
Yeah.
Twitter. Some people on Twitter like, oh, Scorpio Sky. Scorpio Sky is one half.
Right.
He was a singular black tag team or a black champion because I believe hasn't really been any black champions outside of Scorpio Sky. Outside of him, this is the first duo black tag team champions, and
Right.
we're giving them our props. We're giving them our props. That's
Yeah.
all I'm
Yeah.
saying. Because
Yeah.
you can't. And for those of you who are mad at this outcome,
No, we got it.
let me say this again.
No, we got it. Shut the fuck up. What I do?
If y'all mad at that outcome, shout out Lala for that clip. Because I told I was gonna use that a lot more. So if y'all mad about that outcome, shut the fuck up. We win. We winning. We won this.
It'll be all right.
Y'all be all right. And speaking of All Out, I believe it's official for Chicago. They're advertising CM Punk. Do you think Punk gonna be clear by then?
Maybe.
Are you interested in a Punk versus Moxley match?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yes.
And
Yes. Yes.
one
So
more
wait
question.
a minute. They only okay. So wait. So you
What's
have Ring of Honor. That's for both sides. That's AEW Dynamite and Rampage for both.
What you mean?
Like it's just is it the same belt on both sides or is it just
Oh, you talking
they
about
got two belts? They got
you
two
talking
Ring of
about the
Honor
world?
belts.
You talking about the world title, the AEW world title?
I
What are
think
you
so.
talking about?
Because
Yeah.
when I was watching, I know we're gonna get to Rampage in a minute, but when I was watching it, when they were talking about Gresham, like he
Yeah.
has the Ring of Honor title too. So I was just like, so is that just one? Is it just one Ring of Honor title belt, or is two of them?
Yeah, it's one Ring of Honor world title belt. He's Ring of Honor is his own company.
Okay.
You're confusing the AEW world titles. You got the interim title with John Moxley and the main world champion, which is CM Punk. Because
Okay.
because he's injured. So they're like, okay, so let's create it instead of creating or vacating the title. So let's just create an interim title. So when he's cleared, they will compete in a unification match
Okay.
for the title. That's basically what
Okay,
it
that
is.
makes sense. Okay. Because I was like, they got two. I think I said they got two Ring of Honor belts. That threw me for a loop.
Also, one last thing. Did you check out? I don't know if you checked this out, but AEW Music dropped the
No,
Symphony.
I heard it did drop, but I did not get a chance to check it out.
Nah, that junk is heat. I would recommend anybody
Okay.
to check that out because
I
it
will
was.
definitely be listening to it.
Because my high recommendation is the Ricky Starks one because the build
Okay.
up to it, and then it led to the dun, like it was like a harmony of his theme. Check
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Chef's Kiss. Check it out. Check
Okay.
it out. That's all I would say.
I know what I'm gonna be listening tomorrow when I'm on my way to church. I'm like, dang,
Yeah.
what happened? I chose violence today. So
It was
it's
I think it's a collab with it was Mikey Ruckus and Zane Oliver. So those two, it's 4 tracks, so it's like 15 minutes. So it's not even a full like an hour. It's literally 15 minutes or something. And I might listen to it when we're done here as well. Yeah. So moving on to SmackDown. Did you watch SmackDown?
yeah, I watched SmackDown.
It is okay. I'm just gonna say it. It is a dud. SmackDown sucks. It is boring, bro. Like, oh my god, what is happening?
I listened to the show. I did the show for this. I was like,
I'm like, this is boring.
Like, this is ain't this like the same thing I've been watching for the past like okay.
like
I know we get ready for SummerSlam, but man, like
it's like, come on, man, y'all, this is ass cheeks.
like I already done seen like Drew McIntyre and Sheamus too many times.
It's rematches, like, and then we saw Liv. Like, I love seeing Liv Morgan, but it's like Liv Morgan versus Natalia. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And
but that's another thing too. Like I'm just like Natalia, like it ain't your season. Just stop. Just stop already.
then we got the New Day making fun of the Viking Raiders. I love the New Day, but I'm like, y'all. They play one episode of they play one
And
playthrough of
Kofi
Assassin's
got
Creed.
these slides on like that.
Them
That
Yeezys,
made
bro.
me laugh.
Them
That
Yeezys.
made me laugh when I watched that last night. When he
man
came
got them-
out, when he started, because at first I was like, "What is it?" At first, when they first came out, I said, "Okay, I know exactly who this is," and we were just tripping out. And I was like, "What do he got on his feet?"
Them some Yeezys, bro. He got them Yeezys on.
I said, "This man came out with some Yeezys on." Like, what is happening here? Like, I was like, yeah, he really chill. He chilling at work. Like, for real. Like, this man done showed up all out of place. Like,
I'm like, yo, what is going? And then he got a fat suit on. I'm guessing he's supposed to be Ivar.
yeah, he do. Cause I noticed that too. I hollered, man. I started tripping out. I was like, this is so funny.
Did you see Gunther chopping the shit out of
Yes.
Levig?
Yes. Yes.
I said, man, this man is literally a black mother that is
I
highly
felt
disappointed.
bad though at first. But I was like, oh man, like so he mad he lost and now he gonna take it out on the man who's
So basically explain what he is. Like this is a basic trope, like a foreigner trope in America TV, where if you mess up or lose, you get punished like everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, that's for those who are like, "Oh, is he gonna turn on?" Like, no, he's basically
No.
whipping you into shape.
Yeah.
And
basically,
this man, I'm like, good lord,
I felt so bad.
he chopped his soul
I was
into
like,
the
man,
shadow realm.
I'm telling you, like,
he sent this man to hell. He's like, go die.
Yo. I was not expecting that.
Die.
Oh my god, I was not expecting that at all. Oh, that's funny. Oh man. Hey, speaking of realms, I still ain't played my Mortal Kombat Aftermath game yet.
I still ain't played WWE 2K22 DLC. My bad.
You're not the only one. I haven't even. Okay, so weird fact. I have never, not one time, like in my entire years of living, have I ever got a chance to play WWE 2K. Ever.
You're not missing much.
Ever. I be like, I need to at least play one, even if it's just 20. I don't even care. Like, I just at least, like, I ain't never played not one. Like, man, like, what's going on? And then when I think about it, I'm like, oh yeah, like, duh, like, you don't have Xbox or PlayStation. Like, it's okay.
Hey, whenever we meet again in person, and if we do another kickback, you'll play it. And I'll record footage of me whooping your ass.
Oh yeah, of course, because I'm gonna lose. Like, I tell people all the time, all the games that I play, they're like, "Oh, go ahead, pick up the controller. Go ahead, play with me." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna play. All right. Like, you gonna kill me. I'm just gonna tell you right now. I'm just playing for the fun of it. Like, I know I'm gonna die. Like, I'm not tripping."
And before we get to the main event of SmackDown, did you see this shit?
Oh, yes, I did.
Tell me this ain't the same picture.
Yo. Just the accuracy alone. Like, oh my goodness.
They're the same picture.
Hey, that's my friend though. Like, I feel a little bad for him.
Quasimodo?
Yes.
Theory just like Quasi fucking
gosh.
That does not look normal.
Who captured this picture though? That's what I want to know.
It was a gift. So he was flexing and it was a
Oh
whole
my
gift.
gosh. Like, whoever did that, they literally caught him in his element. Like, they just got him. Like, I got it. I got the shot. Like, like, whoa.
I'm like, this motherfucker is not normal.
No, of course not. I was like, what is that? If you got wings, just say so. Like,
hey man, it's theory. This is theory. I'm gonna tell my kid this is theory. I'm gonna tell my kids this is theory.
No,
I'm gonna tell my kids that Quasimodo is theory.
Oh my goodness. Yo, that's messed up. That is so messed up. My goodness.
And then we got the main event, which was the Usos and Street Profits finding out.
Hey, so they made that man right there the special guest referee?
Jeff Jarrett?
Yeah. They said Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, Double J. I'm thinking it's gonna be somebody else. Like, not saying I got nothing against Jeff Jarrett. It's just the fact that, like,
That's the
I
most
thought it was gonna be
random.
somebody else. Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, huh? Like,
That was the
that's what I
most
kept going.
random
Huh?
shit. I'm like, I
I'm
bet.
thinking it's gonna be somebody exciting, like somebody like we ain't seen in a long time.
When I saw it was Jeff Jarrett, I said, so anyway. That's all I'm like, all right. The only thing I can think of is he's from Nashville.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think he's from Nashville.
That's all I got.
Honestly though, like I feel like if it could have been Rock, like I wouldn't trip out. I would have been laughing. And
Yeah,
I was
you
like,
know
oh
damn
great,
well the Rock
but
ain't
that
gonna
ain't
come
gonna
back
happen. Oh, I
for
know.
for
Like
no guest
he,
referee
exactly. Like,
shit. Like,
he is not gonna be no guest referee. Like,
not for that shit.
man. And I was like, so Jeff Jarrett? But
Yeah.
it's just how I look though. Like I was like,
So I basically I've come to the
okay.
I've decided going forward I might have to just watch these shows on YouTube, like YouTube clips, because sitting through 2-3 hours of this shit is not worth it no more. I'm like nothing's happening. I was watching SmackDown all last night. I'm like, okay, next.
Mhm.
That was literally me. I'm like, okay. Anyway, next.
I need another match that's
Like,
worth my time.
the only way I'm gonna watch this shit is if I have nothing, like if they have to hype me into this, like they have to say, oh, such and such is gonna be there, such and such is gonna be there. Like I would not watch
That's
the
how one
full
of my
thing.
friends did me at one point. She was like, well, I know you're at work right now, but I'm sending you a link right quick. But your boy Roman's supposed to show up on Friday, and I was like, okay, cool, because she know
Yeah,
I watch it.
yeah. Like if it's
She's
something,
like,
if
he
it,
gonna be on, but as soon as it don't be like that, I'm like, nah, I'm good.
yeah, I just said I'm like, you know what, I'm not
I
about to.
catch
No,
it
I'm
when
not.
I catch it.
I'll watch it the next day. Like I'll tweet some, like if something funny happens, I'll tweet it. But anything other than that, I'm like, yeah, I can't sit through these shows no more. They're just a dud. But another fun show after this, which just came on at 10 o'clock, was AEW Rampage night 2 of Fighter Fest.
Yeah,
This was a solid card.
it was
Like
solid. Yeah, it was. It really was.
I can tell you right off the
And I watched
dome,
all of it.
the Gun Club versus the Acclaimed is basically the New Age Outlaws versus the some random ass team. That's basically it. Like nothing about the Gun Club. I saw someone on Twitter basically said it's the New Age Outlaws versus Billy and Chuck.
Mm.
Okay, do that with what you will. And then we had the Lucha Brothers versus Private Party. The Private Party is just literally jobbers at this point, which is sad to see.
Mm.
They should have been at least tag team champions at least once.
Yeah.
Then we
I get that.
had the Renegade Twins versus Chris Statlander and Athena. It was basically a glorified squash match.
Yeah, it
Then we,
was.
and
Then
then we had
the baddies was out there, and then Jade Cargill came out though.
Jay Cargill with at a time like you know what you're doing. You
Right.
know, like she had on,
I was like, this girl here.
bro. She had on see-through pants, and all I saw was a thong. I'm like, ma'am, like what? That's all I can say. I was like, what is going
Like
on?
Jade over here. Jade getting her money. She ain't
I
worried
mean,
about nobody.
I'm like, I'm not a complainer. I don't complain, so I'm like, and now what was funny though, I said Jay know what she doing, and then someone on Twitter confused
Oh
me
yeah.
with Jonathan Gresham. They said, I really want to see her versus your wife, Jordan Grace. I'm like, I'm not Jonathan. How the hell do you confuse me with Jonathan? He's bigger than me. Motherfucker. That man is up. Like this dude is a house. He is a house. I'm the patio. You can't
I'm
confuse us.
the patio.
You can't confuse the two.
Oh man. Like that's just like me. I'm like, y'all don't understand. Like, if I'm funny, I'm okay. Like I ain't that hilarious. Like I'm alright. Like trust me, I'm just a preview. My friend on the other hand, like That's the main event, not me.
Man,
It's just a warm up.
they killing me. They killing me. Like, dog.
I'm
That
the
threw me off.
patio. Like,
I couldn't help but laugh because what's called Deontay said he confused me too. He thought I was Jonathan Gresham too. I'm like, bro, my name is in my username. It's Josh
it's
Gresham
Josh.
or Gresh or whatever. But nowhere did you see me say Jonathan Gresham. My name is not Jonathan Gresham. Like, come on, my dog.
So funny.
What?
So funny.
What?
They call the cops.
No, man. Nah. But
Hilarious.
before we move on to the chop it up, AEW, everything this week in wrestling was basically you watch it what you watch. Those are highlights of everything we watched this week. If you haven't missed it, you can check it out yourself. We're gonna move on to the Sasha Banks news. I believe that I think she's been booked for like conventions and all that stuff because she's doing non-wrestling conventions, and her asking price is $30,000. And I saw someone put out a tweet when you compared the two. So for those of you who don't know, Mercedes Varnado, Sasha Banks' asking price for convention signings is said to be $30,000. That price is comparable to icons such as Sting, and only people mentioned more expensive were the likes of Hulk Hogan, Goldberg, Shawn Michaels, and Ric Flair. AKA, she knows her worth. Let's just be real.
Huh?
You got people on social media like 30,000. 30,000. Like what makes you think she's worth 30, sir?
Have you?
Ma'am.
Okay.
Have you been paying attention?
Have you seen the career?
of this woman? Like she's not a slouch.
Right. She
really,
actually works hard for what she has.
she's trained. She's
Like,
done.
come
She's
on.
broke. She's busted her tail for this. Like, come on now. We're not about to act like she's not worth 30,000. And to be honest with you, I'm gonna be real with you. She should have asked for more.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all gonna get mad at me saying that, but she should have asked for more because, to be completely honest with you, I was expecting more because when I saw that, I was like, oh, that's it. I thought it would have been more. I thought she would at least ask for like $100K. But if you complain about it, that means you weren't gonna be able to afford her to begin with. Like, come on now, let's be real. Why are you guys on social media so obsessed with this woman's bank account? Like, she's sitting nicely in her house,
Right.
with her dog.
Why are you worried about what she doing?
Chilling. Come on now, come on, dog. What are we doing here?
Meanwhile, you doing
Whatever
how
it is
many
you're doing.
hours for your job? Like, stop worrying about that lady. That lady is paying her bills. You went about the wrong thing.
Like, the only thing I'm interested in is when you gonna wrestle again.
All right.
I don't care about all the other stuff. And then you saw the news where WWE is considering going back to TV-14. Let me pull up the actual tweets that broke because the dude deleted him because I guess he I don't know, but here we go. Andrew Zarian reported on Twitter. He said, and I quote, "Starting January 18th, WWE Raw will have a TV-14 rating moving forward on USA Network. The PG era is over." And then a few hours later, so he reported that at, let me pull up the time, at 1:43 p.m. on July 14th, and then at 7:29 p.m. he updated. He said, "This is a wild situation. There's a lot happening behind the scenes. WWE Raw won't be going to TV-14 on July 18th, but still in consideration for a later date." So my question has been, I've seen people going crazy all over Twitter and making YouTube videos. The PG era is over. The PG era is over. But can I be real with you? The PG era was never the problem. The writing was the problem.
Right.
Yeah, like, prime example of why the PG rating doesn't matter. NXT Black and Gold was PG. and it was practically must-see TV from the year of 2017 to 2019. So where's this? Oh, the PG era is killing the business. No, bad writing is killing the business.
Yeah.
Y'all like to say killing the business, like no, bad writing is what's terrible. Because I'm like, when this happened right here, when Brock Lesnar busted up Randy Orton, it was still PG.
All right.
It has nothing to do with anything. Like if they go TV-14, I can see them just swearing more, or they're probably. I doubt they'll demean the women and make them go back to the swimsuit era. I doubt that because the backlash right there would be insane. And then I doubt that they are willing to risk losing kids because that's been their main focus is the kids. They're not about to give you a woman in a thong or give you since this is her gimmick. They're not going to give you Carmella in a thong and making, because I saw someone put a tweet like I think you remember when Edge had the live sex celebration with Lita.
Hey,
they,
yeah.
they was like, oh, this is going to be Carmella and Corey Graves. Why?
Mark,
Why would you want that?
let's not.
Let's not.
We already got Edge and Lita.
That was for the time. I don't need to see that now.
Exactly. I want to see it again. Like
no.
It was a one and done. Like that's it.
And even that's surrounding the controversy because I believe it was Lita has said that she was told to either do it or get fired. So it's like even looking back at that is not even a positive light. Right. So I'm like, y'all want to go back to that? No. But the bottom is, let me ask your opinion. Do you think TV-14 will it even matter?
No.
Elaborate.
Elaborate.
No, you got some like me and you are on the same boat, but you got some people out here like they're just clamoring for
look at the era we done been. Look at all the eras we done seen like back in our day growing up, especially like the Attitude Era. Like, hello,
I've seen the Attitude
and
Era
we've seen worse. Like, so it's like it ain't gonna be no different.
It's some stuff that does not age in the Attitude Era,
right?
The Suppression Era.
So it's like, no, it's really not gonna matter. I mean, hello. You shouldn't be surprised either. Like, especially like if you're a fan yourself and you already been watching the stuff like before, like all these kids got involved and all this other stuff. Think about it. Like, you was watching stuff when you were their age. So what's the big deal?
So bottom line is this: if they go back to TV-14 or not, all I want to know is it's going to be the same shit. Vince is still writing the shows at the end of the day. Like, so it can be TV-14. It's going to be like y'all still going to complain whether they go TV-14 or
right.
not. So it's like, just shut the fuck up and watch. Just wait to see what's going to happen. If it go TV-14, cool. I want to know what they're going to, is it going to be enough to keep my interest? Because the TV rating doesn't mean shit if the writing sucks. Mm-hmm. Point blank and the period. So you mentioned Death Before Dishonor. Death Before Dishonor is the 23rd. I believe I have the match card right here. I believe the first match that is best 2 out of 3 falls for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championship is going to be FTR versus the Briscoe Brothers. And I believe the next match will be Mercedes Martinez defending the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship against Serena Deeb. And then I believe in the main event, which was announced after Rampage, it will be Jonathan Gresham, the other Gresham, not me, versus Claudio Castagnoli for the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship. Which match and also Samoa Joe defending the World Television Championship against Jay Lethal. Which match are you, or like which match has your attention, like you're intrigued?
Let's see. Of course, I'm gonna go with Gresham. That's for sure. But for this one, with Samoa Joe, I am looking forward to that match. Okay. I'm looking forward to that one. And FTR and the Briscoes. As far as who wins, I don't know. I gotta see how it play out.
And
with
then
them
you
two.
have this one, the main event, the Gresham versus Castanoli, the other Gresham, not me, versus Castanoli.
I won't be mad with either one.
Yeah, because
I like both of them.
heel Jonathan Gresham can't go kind of crazy, so I'm cool with that. I'm interested in that, without doubt.
Yeah.
And then obviously, so basically, Ring of Honor will be next Saturday for the on pay-per-view. We might check it out. If I check it out, or if we both check it out, we'll talk about it next week. If we don't, we'll reference it, and then we'll go from there.
Acknowledge me.
All right, now's the time where we wrap up today's podcast with the Chop It Up with the Bandit segment. Take it away, Queen Rebel.
Sweet. So pretty much today, if you feel like you need to take a break, if you feel like you need to hop off of social media for a little while, it is good to do so. Mental health is very, very important. I don't recommend you to exhaust yourself out. I don't even recommend you to keep saying yes to everything. Like, if somebody asks you to, hey, can you hang out with me today? Hey, can you go somewhere with me this weekend? It is okay to say no. I cannot stress that enough. Like I can't. Like,
I'm a master of saying no. I'm a master of saying no. Like, if I'm
It is
tired, I'm like, yeah, I
okay.
can't do it.
It is okay to say no. Definitely drink water. It
Stay
is your
hydrated.
friend. It's your friend, especially out here. It's hot.
Hot as hell, man.
It is hot.
Hot as
Look, and
hell.
I got a hoodie on, but here's the thing: like the AC is on. I'm chilling right now, so that's why I got this hoodie on my body. Anyway, but yes, definitely drink water, stay hydrated. If you can, it is good to eat healthy. You don't have to eat so much junk all the time. If you're working out, that's good too. It's good to sweat, but also make sure you replenish your body back with your, electrolytes. You need that. Also, when you're out here and you're out and about, please stay safe. You don't need anybody, being abducted. You don't want to be hurt, let alone shot or, anything else. So please be safe out here. And again, as we mentioned before, SummerSlam is July 30th. It's in Nashville, Tennessee.
I'm gonna be there.
If you want to go ahead and get your tickets, go ahead. Make sure you get your tickets before that happens.
If you see me at SummerSlam, don't hesitate to speak. If you
Yeah.
recognize me, if you see me somewhere, just say, hey, what's up? Yeah, I'm not a antisocial person when I'm around people, unless you're weird. Just don't be weird. Just say what's up. Act like it's a normal situation. Like, hey, if you see me, like I've seen you before. Hey, what's up? I did that when when AEW came here to Duluth or Atlanta, like they like to say. So hey, just speak. What's up?
Oh, also, if you I know, like, since we got the website up and everything, I really want to start hearing like people's predictions. Like, who do they want for, like, as far as like for SummerSlam, like who they want to win against such and such and such and such, like that'd be kind of cool too.
Oh yeah, we'll do a preview and predictions stream. Those basically what those are for. Like, if anybody hop in, like, give us your preview and predictions, and then we'll read your predictions or whatever the case may be. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, we'll work on that.
But I mean, other than that, that's pretty much all I got for today. Just wanted to give out some good encouraging words.
Also, shout out to Jennifer Lewis
nuggets.
on getting her
Yes.
her star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Yes. She
I
should
don't
have
know
got it, but yeah.
I don't know how the hell she got her
She got her leg up. Yes.
How the hell?
Yes.
How the hell you do that, man?
Yes.
If I do that, I might pull something.
Man, stretching.
If I try to do that shit,
Stretching is your friend.
I'm gonna pull something. I can stretch all I want to, but I'm still gonna pull something.
And
My balls are gonna be like, sit your ass down.
And some of us can still do that. Like,
my balls are gonna be like, sit your ass down, motherfucker. Why are you stretching yourself out like this? Like, come on, dog. What is you doing? What is you doing? What is you doing? What are you doing?
But yes, congratulations to her for sure. Oh, also one more thing, Resident Evil, the TV series, it just came out on Netflix, I believe yesterday.
Is it the
The first,
whole season or is it just like per week episodes?
I think it's a whole season.
I hope so, because I'm not trying to wait on nothing. I need to
I
see
will
something.
say this. The first episode it's pretty interesting. It really is. I mean, I'm already in episode 2. I'm almost done with episode 2, getting to
Oh, it's
episode
8
3.
episodes. It's
Yeah.
8 episodes. Okay.
But it's I'm getting it a little deeper, more and more. So I'm just like, like this is kind of interesting right now. It's kind of, yeah, like,
All right,
but
with that.
it's going pretty great.
Yes, ma'am. So make sure you guys check out that stuff as well as keeping it locked on everything we got going on. But with that being said, hopefully you guys are enjoying your Saturday. This is another rare occurrence. This week I wore myself out. She wore herself out. So we was like, yeah, let's do a Saturday, and we'll be more than likely be back next week. Make sure you guys check out the interview I have coming up with Ruthless Lala that will drop next Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It premiere on YouTube, but it also be directly available in audio format. If you don't know where you listen to your podcast or where you can find Gresh Unleashed, you can just go to GreshUnleashed.com, or you just search us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast, and you make sure you give us a 5-star rating if you enjoy what we bring to you guys on the weekly basis. If you haven't followed us on social media, make sure you follow me at Josh Gresham ORG. That is on Twitter, Instagram, at Joshua Gresham ORG on Facebook. You can follow Suela at Rebel 3 on Instagram. Rebel, yeah, she's
All right,
tagged
I'll
on
hide
the.
it.
She's tagged.
Yeah, I'm
She's tagged
tagged
on
on it.
social.
If I'm tagged on it, you'll see it.
You're tagged on it. You can follow the podcast itself at Gresh Unleashed on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube as well as Twitch. We also live stream the podcast over there as well. With that being said, you guys stay safe out here in these streets, and remember to always. Matter of fact, let me say it proper because I want to make sure that you guys understand everything that I am saying. Make sure you stay safe out here in the world of unknown. But as your purveyor of mischief, as well as your queen of rebels, we have to remind you of the one known, and that is you are appreciated, especially by us. And remember to always eat, sleep, flex, and repeat. We out. Be breezy.
Bye, y'all.